most people are committed to one version of their partners. So they are committed to the beta version. They're committed to their partners when they're behaving well. And we forget the vows that we make when we are exchanging vows on our wedding, like for better, for worse.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mike and Christelle podcast, where family meets faith and fun. Today, we are talking about how much time couples should spend together.
We feel like the premise of this question is a little bit wrong because the emphasis is on the quantity of time. So couples want to know how much time they should spend together. That the emphasis is on the quantity of the time, and that's the issue. Maybe instead of asking how much time you should spend together, you should ask yourself, how committed are you to your marriage?
That's so true.
I think that should be the question.
I agree.
How committed?
How much time is emphasizing on the quantity?
Yeah, the quantity.
It's emphasizing on how long. Like,
how long
you know?
Should we stay together? As if they tell you 1 hour per day or 2 hours per day or 2 minutes per day, as if that will solve the problem or that will help your marriage. It's not about the quantity, it's about the intention, the purpose. So
it's
once
not about the quantity only. It's about the intention.
The intention first.
Yeah.
Why should you spend time together is the question you should ask yourself. And then everything else will flow from there. Why should you spend time together? Because you give your time to the thing or the person you are committed to. This is important as couples to know.
Yeah, I agree. You give your time to the things you're committed to that sometimes you don't even know that you're giving it time. It's it's easy it's like it's flowing.
Yes.
That's what you like to do.
Automatically.
You don't even think too much about it and you just do it.
Yes.
And you realize like you've been spending that time with that thing that you're committed to.
Yeah. So many things compete for our time. So many things. Sometimes work competes with our time. Sometimes our children compete with our time. So sometimes school, sometimes whatever. Well, church, the work of God, ministry compete with our time. So,
and all those things are important.
They're important. They're good. Like I'm not even talking about people who spend time in the pub drinking. I'm not even talking about things like that. That we all know that you shouldn't spend much time there, or there are places you shouldn't even go. I'm talking about the good things, the blessings in our lives. Like work is a blessing. Your children are a blessing. Like your siblings, like your family members are a blessing.
Church is a blessing.
Church is a blessing. All those things that support our life, unfortunately, they will compete with your marriage. And they will the way you will know if you are committed to your marriage is how much time you spend with your spouse. How much time you spend on your marriage will determine your commitment to your marriage. So that's why we said the first thing to ask yourself should be, how committed am I to my relationship and to my marriage? Before you ask yourself how much time you should spend together. That's where you should start. So
the right question would be, how committed are you to your marriage?
Yes.
Instead of how much time should you spend together?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we suggest. I think once you know how committed you are, then it will determine your priorities. Because you spend your time to the things or with the things you are committed to.
Yeah, that's true.
If you look at your calendar, how you spend your time, you'll realize if you spend too much time at work, then too much time at church, then too much time with your siblings, then too much time with your children, and then you don't spend time with your marriage, that means you are more committed to those things than you are committed to your marriage. So whatever takes much of your time is where your commitment is.
Yeah. Now that you're talking about it, I just remember how your phone has a way of telling you how much time you spend on it.
Yes.
And then when you realize, you're like, ooh,
yes,
did I just spend that much time on my phone? Without even, like, you didn't feel like it was that long.
Yes.
But when you look at the phone, you're like,
yes,
oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say that people are committed to their phones?
Oh,
because
Yes.
social, not necessarily social. I mean, the phone isn't the phone, like social media and everything.
Yes.
When you're on it, you do not feel like you are on it. You feel like you are not. It doesn't feel like you're spending that
You're
much
wasting
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you spend more time on your phone more than you spend with your spouse, then you are more committed to your phone than to your spouse.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
If you spend more time,
Absolutely true.
whatever, like this is, you don't even try to give excuses. Like just check your time. Okay, let's now agree that you believe that you are committed to your marriage. Like you are committed to your husband or your wife. Now you want to spend time with them. How much time still you want to spend time with them? Let's assume that we've resolved the question of commitment.
Yes.
Like you want to be. Maybe you made a mistake. You gave time to other things. Now you want to
Now
fix
you want
it.
to change, yes.
You want now to give time to your spouse. How much time? Because you are committed. How much time is enough or is required?
Yeah, I believe it's not only how much time. I think it's both how much time and how it's the quantity and the quality of the time of the time you spend with your spouse, because you can spend time together without spending time together.
Oh yes, you can spend time together without spending time together, because quality time comes down to the time you spend together with undivided attention.
Yes, because we can be spending time together on our phones. So you can be doing your thing, and we're together, but we're not together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your bodies are together, but your minds are not together.
Yeah.
While spending time together, what is required is your mind to be together.
Yeah.
And your bodies, of course, to be together.
So you are present, like emotionally,
present, and
of course you're
spiritually
physically,
present. Yes.
but emotionally and spiritually. So the whole person is there.
Yes.
So that makes it quality time with.
Yeah, quality time means undivided attention. You are fully there. The best way to check your quantity is to check if you are fulfilled, if both of you are fulfilled, because we all have that hole or that cup, and if that cup is not like full, that means you still need to spend time together.
So you know how we talk about love languages?
Yes.
And so they say some people are quality time, some people are, touch and everything.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, how would someone who's not quality time, like, how do they do that? Because that's not their primary love language, is how.
Yes.
Yeah, how, like, I don't know. I'm
Quality
thinking
time,
about,
that's a very good point you're making. Quality time may not be your primary love language, but your marriage needs quality time.
Yeah.
Not you as a person necessarily,
Yeah.
but the two of you together need quality time.
It goes back to what you're saying, the intention.
Yes. All 5 love languages should be spoken in every marriage. However, some people need some love languages, 1 or 2, more than others. But it doesn't mean you should neglect all the other 3.
Yeah.
So quality time is still needed, and it depends. There's no couple on earth that I would say doesn't need undivided attention. I don't see with each other. I don't see any couple, even though both of you, your primary love language, maybe it's touch, or the other one is word of affirmation. You still need undivided attention. You still need, when I'm talking to you when I'm giving you word of affirmation, you still need me to be present. You still need me to be fully there when I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Or if it's touch, you don't want me to be touching you while I'm on my phone. Like I'm distracted by something while I'm touching you. I'm holding your hand and my mind is on the game or something. You want me to be fully there. So every one of those 5 are needed, and quality time is needed for every marriage.
Yeah.
I believe your marriage needs quality time, even though your primary love language is not quality time. In fact, if you don't think that, if it doesn't come naturally to you, quality time doesn't come naturally to you, you should take it as a discipline. You should start discipline yourself to have quality time, and then it will become organic. You start with the organized, the organic will flow.
That's
you start
so good.
with just try to spend quality time together. Train yourself, not try. Train yourself to spend time together, and you will end up saving your marriage.
It goes back to the intention again. That's really cool, because I love it, because the right question is, how committed are you? If you're committed, you are going to do everything you can, even though quality time is not your love language. You'll do everything you can to have quality time with your spouse, which is good. So what would you say are the benefits of quality time?
Yeah, quality time is important because we all need emotional connection. Even those who don't know. Some people may say, oh, I really don't care as long as I get this, as long as I get that. For a healthy relationship, a healthy marriage needs emotional connection.
Yeah.
You need a place where you can cry, a place where you can laugh, a place where you feel safe, a person, not a place, a person you feel safe with emotionally. Like you feel like they know you, they see you, they hear you. And that is a need for every human being. So emotional connection is the first one. The second one is trust. Like once you are vulnerable with each other and you are emotionally connected to each other, you get to trust each other. Every human being needs someone they trust fully. We all need to be trusted, and we all need to trust. And marriage gives you that opportunity, that platform where you can trust each other deeply. If you spend quality time together, you build trust in your marriage. Another one is stress relief. Like quality time helps you release stress.
Yeah.
That's the space where you can bring your work stress and explain to your spouse what is going on. And that's why it helps with stress, because you are free to discuss those things with your wife. But quality time also helps with effective communication. It helps you develop communication. You learn how to talk to each other.
Yeah. You learn how to communicate, how to listen.
The more time you spend together, the more you get to know each other, and the more you communicate better with each other. Not just more time, but I mean quality time. We're talking about quality time here.
The more committed you are,
the more committed you are. I think we need to take it back to the same thing. And the last thing I may mention is creation of memories. Did you know that we are a product of our memories? Like our memories make us who we are. So you are the product of the things you remember.
Yeah.
The things you remember make you happy or sad or hopeful, or the things you remember. So creating good memories is good for you. It's good for you because those are the things who will make you tomorrow. 10 years from now, you will be the product of the memories you are building in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So we have to be intentional about creating good memories with each other, and spending quality time helps us create those good memories.
So how much time is enough time?
You go back to the same question. Okay, let's get practical. I will say, as you and I do, like practically, we believe that 30 minutes per day can save your marriage. Like 30 minutes minimum per day of undivided attention. And this is not like when someone is doing something else and someone is doing something else. Like 30 minutes of you paying attention to each other each day. And that can be in the morning or in the evening. Like 30 minutes together per day of undivided attention is where you should start. Where you talk about your dreams, your plans, your everything that you think about. You don't need to have an agenda. You can just come together and just laugh.
Be spontaneous.
And just
doesn't have to have. It's not a meeting.
It's not a meeting. My wife and I have different personalities. So when we come together, I have things to talk about, or I think of the things to talk about. She's spontaneous, so she enjoys to come there and just bring things that are necessary at that time and spontaneous. And we enjoy that. So I don't have to fulfill my agenda. I don't have to finish all the points that I was thinking we can talk about. And sometimes I have nothing on the agenda, and she will just talk about something, or we just look at each other in the eyes and just enjoy being there. So spending 30 minutes at least per day together either in the morning or in the evening, is the start. Like per day, we mean in every 24 hours, you prioritize 30 minutes for the two of you. At the beginning, you do it organically. Organized. You do it organized.
So you organize it.
Yes.
So it's not organic.
It's not organized. You plan it. You put it. You plan it. We'll do it this every day before we go to bed, and then it will become second nature. For us, we don't.
If you stay committed, if you remember again from the very beginning is the commitment. If you stay committed,
yes.
then it will turn into an organic thing because you'll be committed to doing it every day, and then it turn into an organic thing that you do.
It will become routine. It will become part of your marriage. The issue with most marriages is that most people are committed to one version of their partners. So they are committed to the beta version. They are committed to their partners when they are behaving well. And we forget the vows that we make when we are exchanging vows on our wedding, like for better, for worse. We have to be committed to the person, not just a version of the person, not just when they are behaving well. You're committed to both. And I'm not saying you should tolerate abuse. Anytime we mention abuse, no.
That's like
we don't
deal
tolerate,
breaker.
Yes, abuse is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
We don't tolerate abuse. We are just talking about a normal life where people make mistakes. You have to be committed to the version, the person, and the institution called marriage. You need to be committed to that. You don't think you can break that thing easily. That thing called marriage. You have to be committed to that. And if you are really committed to the person and to your marriage, then give it time. Give it time. Honestly, like 30 minutes per day can save your marriage. We don't check anymore how much time we spend together, but it's more than 30 minutes now. We spend so much. We've made it a lifestyle for us. We worked on it. Yeah. We started by working on it, and then it became just nature for us. We advise couples not to go to bed without talking to each other in a profound way, at least in a loving way.
Like be intentional before you go to bed be.
And when you wake up.
And so we're not saying that. We encourage. So we encourage couples to go to bed.
Or we recommend.
We're not saying that this is easy. We're not saying that this is how it's, we're saying this is the best. It's better for you guys to go to bed with, on a better tone, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. You try to say a few good words. Now, most couples will say, we've heard stories where couples will be nice to each other only because they're about to have intimacy, and then after that they go back to their phones or their distractions again, and they don't connect. They just do it as a chore because the wife needed it or the husband needed it. That for us, we don't think that is good for.
That doesn't show commitment. So you're not committed
to your marriage.
Yeah.
So don't just be nice when you have a plan. Like just try to go to bed while you are friends with each other, like you are being nice to each other, even jokes, and just make each other's laugh. That is a good way to go to bed. You make each other laugh, you make each other feel loved, and then you go to bed. And the same thing in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, don't just wake up with your face all, I don't know the word, but don't wake up angry. Like wake up or selfish. Don't wake up selfish. Like wake up and try to say a very warm good morning to your spouse, or I love you. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's the way my wife was brought up. She says good morning to me every day since we got married for the last 22 years almost. She says good morning to me every day. We committed ourselves to have we spend time together every week. We have like 3-4 hours that we just spend together. Even when our children were kids, we used to just find a way to,
Yeah, we found a way. But if it was for them to be watching a cartoon or whatever,
Yes.
and we would just, and spending time together weekly doesn't have, you don't have to go out really. You don't have to go out to.
No, it doesn't need to be a restaurant.
So
or,
for example, for parents who have young children, sometimes when we're talking about this, they feel like, oh, this is not
we
for
can't
us.
do it.
But you don't really have to go out. Or if you have the ability, you can have a nanny to come and look after your children. Or if you're not a nanny kind of person, some people have the grace to have their mothers around and aunt and stuff. Or you can be at home and spend time together, really.
Yes, and sometimes you have to stay with your own children because we never had the luxury of having our family members around like uncles and aunties for our children.
No.
So we had to raise our children ourselves and still find time together for the two of us. So sometimes we'll just give them some cartoons to watch and stuff like that, and we will be around.
Cartoons.
God bless cartoons. God bless Nickelodeons and all those channels that helped us.
Yeah.
The kids will stay there and we will be together talking to each other or eating something or cooking something together. So we just spend some time together and connect and chat. Yeah. And then we believe annually or something like that, you need to go away together
for some time,
together. That depends on the means. If you have the money to do it, you do it. If not, then yearly you organize something. Something, maybe a long weekend, or maybe a week, or maybe something.
Ideally, have those three, like the per day, per week, and per year. Ideally,
if everything works for you.
But if you can make sure you have per day and per week, you'll be just fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they go in that order. If you spend time together every day, if every day, even though you are not in the same house, you travel for work or anything, talk to each other. Like, we thank God today, people, we have WhatsApp, we have Zoom, we have Skype. We used to use.
I don't remember the name.
I don't remember even the name.
What's the name of that one?
What was those things we used to use?
Doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think even WhatsApp video was there.
No,
I think WhatsApp was just audio at that time. I don't remember, but it was hard to talk to each other.
Viber.
It was Viber.
Oh.
Viber and Skype. I don't think Skype was on the phone.
Skype was not on
the
phone.
computer, something like that.
Was,
yeah. It was so. But we still tried the best we could. We were trying to find apps on the phone to try to communicate together. The daily one is non-negotiable. Another issue sometimes is when we try to balance life. Like the priority becomes, how do I balance my life? How do I balance my lives? And
where did that balance thing come from?
Oh, because I hear that a lot, like motivational speakers, like people,
balance. Who brought that idea? Because
that's where I heard it first. I think motivational speakers, they were saying you should balance your life. Your life is to be balanced. It's not practically
so
realistic to balance your life. And I don't know how you define balance, but everything can't always be like balancing in your life, like family, church, work, and gym, everything always is balanced. I think that is a myth that frustrates many people. And when you don't find it balanced, you feel like you have to quit because things are not balanced. Then you are the problem because you can look at other people, you think their lives are balanced. No, life does not need to be balanced. Life has to go in rhythms. So you need to understand the rhythm of your life. So this is how we define rhythm. Or we heard someone explaining this somewhere. I don't know where we got it from, but this is how we understand rhythm. In some seasons, your children will require more time than your husband or your wife. And in some seasons, your work or your business will require more time than your children because you're starting a new business or something. And in other seasons, your church will need you because something is going on that requires your attention. And you need to read those seasons. Which season are you in? And that is the rhythm. So you don't stay just giving more time to your children while there is a time now you have to give more time to your husband. Or then there is a time you have to give more time to maybe your siblings. Maybe your mom needs some help. And that can be a month thing or a week thing. But you need to understand the season where you are in, and you give time and attention or commitment to that thing. And then quickly you come back to what matters the most to you, which is your marriage. So that is what we call rhythm. So we understand rhythms. There is a time where my wife was giving more attention to our children. I was loving our children, but I was not around. She was there. And that helped us to keep our eyes on them. But I can't say in that season, I was spending the same amount of time with them. No, you were physically there. It was a season of life. And today, I'm spending more time with my boys than my wife. Maybe because in this season, they need me more. And we just read seasons and understand who needs more time and who needs what. So this is something you need to learn instead of being
feeling ashamed or guilty that you don't have the right balance. For example, if you're a mom if you're a marriage with small children, if you don't have children, if you have grown children, all those are season. If you're starting a business, if your work is demanding, all these kind of things are seasons. So to be aware of your season will help you create a good rhythm for your family, which will for your life, I should say. Because when you're aware of your season, it quickens you. You understand, okay, I've given so much time to this. I need to go back to here. So it kind of, when you're aware of what season you're in, you're able to kind of create a rhythm that works during that season.
And the most important part is to come back. So after you need to know when the season is over, so you can come back to your marriage.
That is such a big thing for moms who have small children. I'm speaking from experience. It really takes a lot to kind of get out of that space. I think the children will let you know when it's that time. It's usually them telling you, hey, you leave me alone now.
There is a time you have to start.
And so I think you need to, and this takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of patience from the spouses, because this is something you've been doing. And especially if you've had children back to back. It's something you've been doing for a long time. And then so to get out of that mindset and come back to the priority now should be your husband, should be your wife, all that. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes discipline. Again, we go back to the how committed are you?
How committed are you to your marriage? Because sometimes we end up, most parents will find themselves committed to their children more than to their marriage. Or committed to something, to work or to their business, because your business also in some seasons may need your time. It's like a child, So you will invest time in your business. If you are not careful, it may become another idol that is taking your attention and your commitment, and you forget to come back to your marriage. So balance is not always possible, but rhythm is healthy. You go, you come back. You go, you come back. Thank you for stopping by our YouTube channel. If you got something out of this, share this, like, subscribe, or leave a comment.
And let us know where you are watching from so we can pray for you, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.